Did you know that a Japanese soldier hid in the jungle for 29 years, not realizing that the war was over? Hiro Onoda's dream has always been to become a soldier and serve Japan. At the age of 21, he enlisted in the Imperial Army, where he was trained in intelligence activities and guerrilla warfare. In December 1944, together with a small group of commandos, he was sent to the Philippine island of Lubang in order to make the American landing as difficult as possible. As long as you have at least one soldier, you are to command him. You may have to subsist on coconuts. If this happens, you are to eat them. Under no circumstances must you surrender. This was the order he received from his superior, Major Yoshimi Taniguchi. The island's defense ended in defeat. American troops landed on Lubang on February 28, 1945, and broke Japanese resistance without major problems. Most of the defenders were killed or captured, but a few managed to retreat into the densely forested hills, which allowed the soldiers to remain hidden and continue the guerrilla war. Among them was Hiroo and 3 of his men. A few months later, the war ended, and American planes dropped leaflets over the island informing the soldiers there about the surrender of Japan. Onoda's group ignored the call to surrender, considering it a ruse, and continued fighting with the Filipino population and local law enforcement forces. After 4 long years, one of the group members left his companions and surrendered to the Philippine Army. He reported that 3 of his comrades still believed that the war was ongoing. After 2 more years, family photographs were dropped over the island. Onoda and his 2 companions remained determined to fight to the death. Years passed, and the men continued to hide in the forest. They lived in tragic conditions, sleeping in makeshift huts made of branches and eating coconuts and bananas. At one point, one of the comrades was killed by locals, while the other was shot during an attack on a food warehouse. Onoda became the last Japanese soldier to fight in World War II. Although he was pronounced dead in December 1959, numerous attacks suggested that Hiroo may still be alive. In February 1974, it was found by a Japanese student traveling in the region. Onoda still did not believe that the war was over. He replied that he would never surrender unless he received an order to lay down his weapons from his superior. Thanks to the help of the Japanese government, Major Taniguchi was found, and interestingly, he was still alive. He flew to the island and personally gave the order to lay down weapons. After 29 years, Hiroo returned to Japan, where he was welcomed as a national hero. Throughout his life, he avoided the attention he attracted. He considered Japan at that time to be a poor shadow of the former dignified empire for which he had devoted many years. His belief was that if other soldiers had fought with the same dedication as he, Japan would have been victorious in the war.